Hello learners, I know you are doing well. I, Dr. Vivek from Department of Pharmacy Government Polytechnic Jalgaon is come up with the part 1 Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. Let us see the learning outcome. After watching this video, the student will be able to identify the objectives of Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940. The student will be able to define various terms under this act and enumerate various schedules under this act. Let us see the introduction and objective of this Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940. Drug and Cosmetic Act was passed on 10th April 1940 by the Indian legislature. We were already seen in the previous video that how comes the Drug and Cosmetic Act is come into the existence because of due to the recommendation of Drug Enquiry Committee 1931, but still the British government has not given the reluctant on this particular recommendation, but after the criticism ultimately they have framed the Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 and amendment thereunder. This act was amended in 1955 by the Indian Parliament. Now the act is under the Indian authority. Subsequently amended in 1960, 1962, 1964, 1972 up and at last the latest amendment is in the 2008. Now this is an act to regulate the import, manufacture, distribution and sale of the drugs and cosmetics. This is actually the main objective of this Drug and Cosmetic Act and rules thereunder 1945. Let us see the bifurcation with respect to the objective. The central government controls the import of drugs and cosmetics, and the state government, which is having the authority to provide a license as well as to control the manufacturing, distribution and sale of drugs and cosmetics. Some of the very important terminology which is going to mention over here. The first one is the drugs. Drugs, all medicines for internal or external use of human beings or animals, and all substances intended to be used for in diagnosis, treatment, prevention, mitigation or cure of diseases in human beings or animals, including the preparation applied on human body for the purpose of repelling insects like mosquitoes. This is the very commonmost definition of drug. So when we are talking about this drug and cosmetic, we must have to know the terminology, nothing but the drug. Then parallelly we must have to know the terminology about the cosmetics. Cosmetic, it means any article intended to be rubbed, sprayed, poured, sprinkled on or introduced into or otherwise applied to the human body, thereof for the cleansing, beautifying or promoting the attractiveness or altering the appearance, and also includes any article intended to be used as a component of cosmetic but does not include soap. Now let us talk about the terminology qualified person. Qualified person means who hold the degree or a diploma in pharmacy or a pharmaceutical chemistry, or who is registered pharmacist, or who has minimum 4 years of experience in dispensing compounding of drugs and has been approved as a qualified person. Now let us see the very important terminology under that the Drug and Cosmetic Act is the misbranded drug. It is so colored, coated, powdered or a polished that the damage is concealed, or if it is made to appear of better or a greater therapeutic value than it really is, and that is called as a misbranded drug. Means the actuality is not presented related to the product. Now it is not labeled in the prescribed manner. Next one, its label or container or anything accompanying drug bear any statement, design or devices which makes any false claim. Means false claiming is the again which is included in the misbranded drug, and that is nothing but the terminology called as the misbranded drug, and which is having the very great importance in the Drug and Cosmetic Act, when we will going to see in detail all the act detail under this act and rule of D&C Act. Now talk about the adulterated drug. A drug shall be deemed to be adulterated if it contains in whole or in parts of filthy, putrid or a decomposed substances, or it is prepared, packed or stored under unsanitary conditions. Also, its container is composed in whole or in parts of poisonous. It contains or bears a color other than those prescribed. It contains harmful or a toxic substances which may render it injurious to health. Any substances has been mixed therewith so as to reduce its quality or strength. Now let us talk about the spurious drug. A drug shall be deemed to be spurious if it is imported under a name which belongs to another drug, or if it is an imitation of or is a substitute for another drug, or resembles to another drug in manner likely to deceive. If it is label or a container bears the name of an individual or a company is fictitious or does not exist. If it has been substituted wholly or in parts by another drug or a substances, and if it purports to be product of manufacture of whom it is not truly a product, and the whole part of definition is nothing but the spurious drugs. Means these are the different aspects we can see when we are talking about the or understanding the terminology of spurious drugs. Then let us see the schedules to the act. What are the different schedules which is included in this Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940? The first schedule, which includes list of books, consists of Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani, and the second schedule is the standards for the imported drug. Also, the second schedule is responsible for the manufacturing for sale or distributed, means the standard for manufacturing for sale or distribution of that particular manufactured product. Now talk about the schedules to the rules. These are the different schedules and what it prescribes, that is mentioned over here. So, we will see in short what exactly the different schedule and what it prescribes for. The Schedule A is generally prescribed for making the application to grant or issue a license and sending memorandum. Then Schedule B, the fees to be charged for the test and analysis of the samples of drugs by CDL or government analyst. CDL means a Central Drug Laboratory. Then Schedule C and C1, list of biological and other special products. Then Schedule D, classes of drugs which are exempted from the certain provision applicable to the import of drugs. Then Schedule E, list of poisonous substances, which is actually now it is omitted from the date of 26/6/1982. Then under the E1, list of Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani poisonous substances. Then Schedule F is prescribes the provisions applicable to the blood bank and requirement and related to the blood and pathological testings. Then F1, applicable to the product of bacterial as well as viral vaccines, sera and diagnostic antigen. F2, the standard for surgical dressing. Then under that schedule to the rules, there are another different schedules, that is F. F is for the standards for umbilical tapes, FF for the ophthalmic preparation, G, Schedule G, actually the list of drug which is required to be taken only under the supervision of RMP. Then H, list of drugs again sold by the retailer only on the prescription of RMP. I is responsible for the calculation of proportion of poisons in certain cases. Then Schedule J, it's a list of ailments or diseases for which drugs may not claims to prevent or cure. Then Schedule K, classes of drug which are exempted from certain provision applicable to manufacture of drug. Then Schedule M is responsible for the good manufacturing practices, that is nothing but the GMP and the requirements of the factory premises, plants, equipment for manufacturing of the drug. Then M1 is requirement for the manufacturing of homeopathic kind of. Now talk about the adulterated drug. A drug shall be deemed to be adulterated if it contains in whole or in parts of filthy, putrid or a decomposed substances, or it is prepared, packed or stored under unsanitary conditions. Also, its container is composed in whole or in parts of poisonous. It contains or bears a color other than those prescribed. It contains harmful or a toxic substances which may render it injurious to health. Any substances has been mixed therewith so as to reduce its quality or strength. And V is for the standard for patient and proprietary medicine. W is the list of drugs which are marketed under generic name only. X is the list of habit forming narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances which having their import, manufacturing, distribution and sale of which require a license. Then Y is the requirement and guideline on clinical trials for the import and manufacturing of new drugs. So students, these schedules under this Drug and Cosmetics Act play a very important role. While we are entering into the field of pharmacy, we must have to be complete knowledge about the different schedules and their what exactly it prescribed for. So students, thank you very much for your patience here. Enjoy learning, keep learning, and if you like this video, kindly subscribe the channel of YouTube. Thank you.